All right, what do we got, guys? What do we got?
Got to throw the old names into the randomizer here. But I'm feeling good about it. Here we go. Rick is going to lead us off this week. I will go second. Frank will finish us off.
I mean, technically, Juliana's finishing us off.
Oh, yeah.
Just saying.
Yeah, that's true. That's a good point.
What do we think?
We're gonna do main event, alternate totals.
Okay.
Over 1.5, baby.
All right.
Wait a second. Main event.
Aaron Blanchfield, Malon Fierro, over 1.5.
Okay. I love that.
I like that as well.
Feeling good about it.
I thought maybe we might do, inside the parlay. We do the after party parlay. We got invited to Algio Blanchfield. But I still like this. I like this a lot.
I did think about Blanchfield money line, but I'm feeling like that's
just need to win.
The right.
We just need to get on the board. We just need to get on the board, boys. I mean, that's all there is to it. All right, I will also go with the prop. Feel good about this one. I'm going to go with Chidi and Jukwani, Reese, McKee to not go the distance. And Jukwani, McKee.
Oh, I like this.
Does not go to a decision.
This is good.
McKee, all his wins by finish. And Jukwani has been finished 8 times in his career. A lot of finishes himself. I think that one's going to be a banger.
Okay.
Speaking of a banger, there's only one pick for me. And
always is. Always is only one for you.
Well, I mean, I'm asked to pick one. But
Just
the only one I'm picking is Luque Godin.
Yeah. Fellow Canadian. Love it.
I think it's plus 103, waiting on Juliana's pick.
Don't screw this up, Juliana, okay? We're here. We're literally here, right?
We will literally be there.
Okay. Well, yes, literally that too. All right. I feel good. Let's go, guys. Nothing else to say.
Nothing else to say. That's all there is to it.
I'm feeling good. Like I should.
Is that what we're going with?
I mean, I'm just very...
I didn't see that coming, but...
I'm really in the music, in the music mode right now after talking to my guy, Saul. Saul.
Great guy. No, not Saul.
Well, he said he's okay with that.
Oh, okay.
He didn't like soul. Like, he didn't like if you don't pronounce the L's the way I took it. Anyway, what else we got?
We've got picks.
Yeah.
UFC Atlantic City. I gotta lose the sweatshirt here. I got it down in my...
What is this?
Oh, nice.
The mic is blocking it.
Yeah. I'll get to it. I'll get to it as I go along.
Okay, interesting.
It's actually as we get along later in the program. We'll start off. Got to bet in some way, shape, or form on every single fight on this card. Had to do it. Going to be there in person, 10 toes down, boots on the ground in Atlantic City. Got to have some sort of action, whether it's a single, whether it's a parlay piece. We have found action on every single fight. We'll start with Petroski, Jacob Malkoun. I got a little bit of affinity for a lot of people on this card. It helps if you're from, PA, very close to Atlantic City. There's some Staten Island, Chris Weidman repping New York, a couple New Jersey fighters on here. Julio Arce, Vicente Luque born there, Aaron Blanchfield. So a lot of ties to the surrounding area. You'll see that as a theme as we move through this. But we start with Petroski, who is from neighboring Philadelphia. This fight is going to be interesting. 2 grapplers wrestling BJJ. I mean, Malkoun shoots a million takedowns a fight. I mean, I've just imagined this one is going to end up on the ground. Malkoun has also been taken down. Though sometimes, when it's grappler versus grappler, it ends up being a striking match. Even then, I would favor Petroski to keep this thing close. Malkoun, not a big finisher, has 0 finishes at the UFC level. I don't see him getting one here. And I think this fight is going to be very close. So the plus 3.5 points, you add up all 3 judges' scorecards. I really think Petroski wins a round here, if not wins the fight outright. But I think this is a very, very close fight. So plus 3.5, that's where I like. I like minus 155 on plus 3.5, much better than the Malkoun. I believe he's at minus 235 now. Next up, Melissa Dudakova moving up to 125. Thought the size helped her down at 115. Not really going to have that here at 125. Getting a more experienced opponent than Melissa Gatto. I like the cardio. I like the BJJ here, especially if this thing goes to the ground. And I like the striking range that she can use. So I will back her to get it done. Frankie said it. We've had the great Lupe Godinez here in studio. Big fan of hers. So I will be supporting. I will be backing her. Not going to be easy against Virna Jandiroba. This feels like a 29-28, maybe a split. We're going to fight for it, but I am going to back Luque Godinez. Next up, it's the fight that I'm taking, not to go the distance in the Parlay Pals, but I'm going to take Reese McKee inside the distance, this one at plus 300. So this is essentially me playing the number here. I feel like Chidi is going to likely win this fight, and I think he's going to do it by first-round knockout. But here's the thing. Reese McKee has a solid chin on him, and he has heart. He can weather the storm. And if he does weather the storm, he has finished all 13 of his professional wins. So I'm not sure why a guy who's sitting at like plus 130, plus 125 on most books is plus 300 to get the win inside the distance when all 13 of his wins have come via finish against a guy who has been finished in 8 of his 10 losses. So if Reese McKee weathers this storm, if this thing gets to round 2, it's going to become very interesting for our guy McKee, especially holding a plus 300 ticket. Reese McKee inside the distance. Next up, Dumas Ruzabayev. I'm going to take the under 1.5 here. Ruzabayev, I mean, I don't know how great he is. I mean, he looked great last time out against Ferreira, but going back and watching a lot of tape on him, still need to get proven a little bit more. Wouldn't really trust playing him at like minus 300. But if he does win, it's almost exclusively in the first round. 29 of his 33 wins come in either the first or second round. Dumas has quite a few finishes on his record as well, but I think this is going to be a chaotic fight, and I think someone's going to get finished early. There is the off chance Ruzabayev loves losing fights by decision. His last 6 losses are by decision, but I think someone gets finished here, and I think it happens early in front of the raucous Atlantic City crowd that I will be sitting in. Next up, the featured bout of the evening, our guy Chris Weidman taking on Bruno Silva. So it's a tough fight for Chris Weidman, you know, at the age that he's at, coming off of, a bad injury. I know we've got the Brad Tavares fight under the belt. He has been knocked out 6 times throughout his UFC career. Bruno Silva has 20 wins via knockout. It's a tough matchup for him. But on the flip side of that, if he doesn't stand and bang with Bruno Silva and he takes this thing to the ground, which I think is his best path, I mean, All-American wrestler, in the name, Bruno Silva has been submitted 7 times. So I think there's multiple ways that this fight gets finished, which is why I'm going to be rocking with the under 2.5. Bruno Silva submitted 7 times. And, you know, I love losing submission props. So I'm going to be taking Chris Weidman by submission in front of the Atlantic City crowd to get this one done. Plus 900 on this. Chris Weidman by sub. Let me just throw out some stats to you here. Chris Weidman 4-0 in Atlantic City. Not only is he 4-0 in Atlantic City, he's 2-0 when fighting guys with the last name of Silva. He's also undefeated when fighting in the month of March. I mean,
this is deep.
You do the math on all of that. 5-1 against Brazilians as well. I'm just throwing those things out there. A lot of stats favor our man Chris Weidman going into Saturday. This will be a fun flyer, though. It'll be fun to cheer on. I'm going to be cheering for Weidman anyway. I kind of just wanted to find a way to just have a little sprink on him. So Chris Weidman by submission.
I like sprink.
Yeah, I mean, you know.
Yeah, shout out. That one's
no need to waste the time on the LE there. If this thing gets to the mat, which I think is his best path, it's going to get real interesting. I
love this. I love just watching you convince yourself of this in real time. Like it's just.
I told Frankie, I was like, somehow the knee touching incident came up earlier. I think it was when Saul was like, yeah, when you lose, you just grab shoulders. Yeah. I was like, yeah, there's going to be some knee grabbing on Saturday. I'm definitely going to lose bets. And Frank's like, not with that attitude. I'm just like, well, I bet on every single fight. So like, I'm guaranteed to lose a couple. So as we move to the co-main, let me just take off my sweater here.
Okay, here we go.
Oh, yeah, there it is. A 1-of-1 New Jersey.
Yeah, there
finest.
we go. Oh, wow. Who made this?
This is a Seaburks original right here.
You made it and printed it?
Made and printed.
You now have more merch than we do as an entity.
Exactly. Yeah, these will be on sale on my merch store, gcmerch.com. Yeah, I mean, we got Blanchfield, we got Tony Soprano, we got Bruce Springsteen. I see Frank Sinatra on there, a little Martin Brodeur, Whitney Houston, Buzz Aldrin, and Vicente Luque. Will the doubters say that Luque is Brazilian? Maybe. I mean, there's a Brazilian flag next to his name on Tapology.
Sure.
But You know where he was born?
Was
You
he
know where
really?
he was raised for the first 6 years?
I didn't know this.
Great state of New Jersey.
No
Garden
wonder
State.
he's on the card.
I got Jersey fever this week. That's all I got to say. Watched Garden State.
You saw it.
Oh, had to watch it. Had to throw it on. Watched a little Ocean's 11. You know, I know that's Vegas, but they got an Atlantic City scene in there. Rewatched the scene from The Wrestler where they're in Atlantic City.
Jeez.
I mean, I'm all in, and that's why.
Did you play some Monopoly?
Vicente
Luque. In all seriousness, if you look at the guy's record, 15-4 in his last 19, and if you just look at who he's losing to, Jeff Neals, the Bilal Muhammads, the Stephen Wonderboy Thompsons, he's losing to all 4 of those losses are to current top 10 welterweights in the UFC division. Joaquin Buckley, I feel like this is a step down in competition for Vicente Luque. I'm not going to say that he's got too much tread on the tires that he's washed. He's only 32. I know he's been in a lot of fights, but I like Luque here. A lot of people love Buckley, but I'm going with New Jersey's own Vicente Luque, and then it's a no-brainer. I hate to do it. I mean, I'm leaving the Malon Mafia for just one night only. If this fight is taking place anywhere other than the great state of New Jersey, I'm riding with my girl Malon, but on Saturday. I'm becoming a Blanchfield backer. Took Blanchfield about a week ago. As soon as I knew this fight was taking place in AC and was going to be the main event, I knew what I had to do. So Aaron Blanchfield is the play for me. A couple parlays, getting the Lock Rain fight in, getting Algio in there, Senor Perfect, and then a little pacifist parlay, getting the Bazooka Matthews fight and the Landwehr Emmers fight on the board as well. And then lastly, a violence parlay. A little Turkali Aslan fight doesn't go to a decision. Arce Burns fight doesn't go to a decision. Julio Arce shout out fighting out of the great state of New Jersey. And then Cheaty McKee to finish us off. And those are the plays. UFC Atlantic City.
This is an absurd amount of picks for a fight night. I just want to say.
Yeah.
This has to be a record, no? I mean, did you do the same for the Long Island card? This many?
I may have even had more because I had a bunch of flyers too. I don't know. I don't know. I mean, win, lose, or draw, we're there to have fun on Saturday, and that's exactly what we're going to do.
Thanks for watching. We appreciate it very much. Hey, if you like this video, give us the old thumbs up. Subscribe as well. You could get many more of these videos on the channel, so please do that. We would love you forever if you did so.